to this one-line lesson on the Betfair Trading Community's YouTube channel. So I had a bit of an issue this morning trying to get on YouTube, guys. So I'm really sorry for that. It took me a little bit of time. For some reason it wouldn't connect with the phone, so I am on the laptop with the webcam, so it's a bit strange. Seems a bit of a different setup. Today's one-line lesson is all about don't overtrade. So if you are watching this, give me a wave, give me a like on the things below, and let's get some people on here. Sorry I'm a little bit late, guys, if you're just joining me. There was a bit of an issue with some tech this morning. YouTube, the app, wouldn't let me on. So good morning, Keith. Good morning, Crypto Carl. Can you guys see and hear me okay? If you can, that's great. I'm just going to move that around there. Morning, Scott. How are you doing? How is everybody feeling today? Have you had a good weekend? On Belarus football. But we have some good news. The Korean football is here, which is great. Right. So, today's lesson is all about not over trading. Morning, all is good, fantastic. It's great to see so many people on. Getting those likes. Let's get some of those likes. So today's lesson, all about trading. I think with traders is that they think that something's on, they've got to trade it. If it moves, they'll trade it. And actually, that really isn't healthy for you. And you don't really need to do it. You don't always have to be trading. And I know that actually sounds counterintuitive from somebody who wants you to be trading. But I'm more interested in the quality of your trades than the quantity. I think people have this perception that I'll sit there and I'll trade all day, every day. Okay, Bill, is this better? If I move this here, is that better? Can you hear me better? Is that better? So I think it's saying to do, the internet today is being a bit cack. I think YouTube's having a few issues. I've had to try and come in a separate way. So I think there's this perception that I'm sat there always trading, like every day, all day, and that's really not the case. As you know, I'll plan my trades out and then I'll go into them when is needed. But that is it. I stick to the trading plan. So there might only be 2 or 3 trades that day that I'm actually doing. So I'm not over trading. I'm not sat there trading for 6 hours a day. My trading might only be like 3 hours a day, if that. So what I want to try and get you guys to understand is that you don't have to be sat there every single day trading. Actually, less is more. And I know it always comes back to that what has to happen question, but if you've done 3 trades that day that have been really profitable, why would you continue? And some of you are probably now thinking to get more profit, but that's just greed. If those trades aren't on your list and you know nothing about them, why would you dive in and trade them? Yes, it is May the 4th today, so May the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars days. Anyone going to smash through all the Star Wars films today? I think my old man is. He's probably going to watch them all today because he absolutely loves them. He buys them all on DVD as well as having the whole Star Wars Disney Plus thing, but bless him, he loves the DVDs. So why do you need to overtrade? I know that it usually falls into a couple of categories. Number one, you think you're leaving money on the table. You're actually not. You are wiping money out of your bank if you overtrade, because they're trades that you haven't got a clue about. You're just getting greedy. You've got this fear of missing out. And actually, you really, really don't need to do that. You know nothing about those trades. You've not researched them. The window of opportunity right now is 0. It's probably minus because the detrimental effect to your bank is bigger. So why do it? Why overtrade? That's my issue. I traded all Belarus games. I mean, I looked through the Belarus games yesterday. There was goals in all of them, but when you looked at the stats, I couldn't see it. Just couldn't see it. So I think I put one game up on BTC that I was going to monitor, but by half time there'd already been a goal, so I left it. So I think I didn't need to do it. And I know it's difficult. It's tricky because you want to trade, because you want to get better and you want to try and achieve this goal of being a better trader and make money on Betfair. But at what cost? It goes back to that question. If I say yes to this, what am I saying no to? Well, if you're saying yes to trading games that you don't normally trade, you're saying no to building your bank, because you're going to risk that bank. And yeah, you might get lucky and do some trades where you actually make a profit, but then that gives you a false confidence. So I think when people overtrade, it is that first one where they want to make more money and they want to try and be profitable, be more profitable because they're having a good day. They've got greedy. I think the second one is that they overtrade when they've had a loss. That is the point where you should go, whoa, I'm back, I'm out, I'm leaving this alone, because actually I shouldn't be involved in these trades. That's it. I just want to get better at trading. And this is one of the things, Phil, to get better at trading, you might actually need to do less trades. Exactly like Crypto Carl's just said, 1 good trade is better than 5 bad. And if you do sort of 5 bad trades, that's going to have a negative impact on your confidence, and you're not actually learning, especially if those trades aren't trades that you can learn from. So, for example, if I, as you know, use the split stake on the over 1.5 goals, say I've got 5 trades that day, and I do those trades. But say I do 10 bad trades on other markets that aren't linked to that. What is that teaching me about the way I trade? It's not teaching me anything. I was looking, I got the 90-1 for £2. Yeah, but how many times is that going to happen? It's not going to happen all the time. So I think people also overtrade because they're chasing their losses. You really, really don't need to chase your losses. Actually, what you need to do is, instead of the more sensible thing to do, and the thing that's going to get you better, poor league to trade on. If there was other leagues being played, Belarus wouldn't get a look in. Exactly. You wouldn't normally trade it, would you? I think the thing is, when you've got a loss, people are trying to chase their loss and then they overtrade. And actually what you should be doing is assessing why that loss happened. And it might be that there is nothing that you could have done. Your research was right, but there might also be that something in there that you could have done to make you not do that trade or assess that trade better next time. That is better for your trading mentality and for your profitable trading long term than winning back 50p that you've just lost. If you've just lost 50p, why chase potentially below 20-30% of your bank to get back 50p? Guys, how will you trade Career League as Zen starts to go on? This is only early starting this week. I'll trade it like I trade everything else. I'll wait. So what has to happen? Well, we need some stats. I need some data. I'll see how the games start and I'll start picking up some data on them. It's a decent league to trade. I've always traded it, so I'll keep my eye on it. I'll start making some notes on some of the players as well, and I'll watch it and I'll enjoy doing that. And then from there, I'll be able to build up a bit of a game plan for it. I always watch the games, traders, unexpected things can happen, such as 2 late goals to turn the market against you. Yeah, and by watching the games as well, you get a feel for what's happening. And it goes back to that, you can always then question what's happening in line with your initial hypothesis, for example. the what has to happen question, you can link that in with everything that you need when you're when you're watching the game. Yes, Peter, I often 3 or 4 matches and I watch at a time. Yeah, Keith's a master of it. He watches the game, he trades. He's the god of goals. He knows when a goal's coming. It's like he senses it. I think he goes out in his garden and does a dance for goals. I've actually asked Keith for a goal a couple of times in games that have been trading alongside together. So think about it, guys. Why do you watch every game you trade, Ryan? Yes, I do. I watch pretty much every game I trade, especially when it's tennis. I'm into watching them and I watch everything there. And I'll only trade one sort of tennis match at a time, and then I can actually see that as well. So yeah, that's sort of really it, guys. Overtrading is because you're chasing losses or you want to get better at trading and you want to make more money. And actually what you should be doing is breaking it down and reassessing what you were doing and why you were doing it. So if you have a losing trade, don't automatically try and win that stake back or that 50p back or that loss back. Just come away from it and assess why that losing trade happened. And do you know what? It might be that it just was a bad trade and they happen. But what I'm trying to get you to do here is get away from the computer and get away from that trigger of Betfair, because if you're away from it and you're assessing the trade, there's less likelihood that you're going to jump on a game in whatever far-flung league because you're away from the computer. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. And if you are being really profitable and then you think, oh, I'm on fire today, that's when arrogance gets in. That's when you think you're invincible. And that's when you start, exactly, Keith, you get this fear of missing out and you think, I'm on a hot streak. I should be making more money. I can smash this. But what did the great Kenny Rogers say to us? You've got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them and know when to walk away. And that the Gambler, the song The Gambler is so good for trading because you've got to know when to fold them. So you've got to know when you're losing and just fold them and move away. You've got to know when to hold them. You've got to know when to hold your trades. And you've got to know when to walk away. Well, if you've been really profitable that day, walk away, take note of what's happened, reassess, give yourself a pat on the back, have a beer or a glass of red or white, whatever you drink, and enjoy it. And then look back as well and go, actually, do you know what? I followed my plan today and I did good. Boom. There we go. And then, if you're having a bad day, step away and crack on. Betfair have been pretty bad recently of suspending the games and not reopening the markets. They have indeed. It's just something that they've been doing. They're probably on a skeletal staff as well. But it's just one thing to take into note. So just summarise that up there. I'm not really sure what else I can say about the overstaking, guys. Just don't do it. Just really don't. Ask yourself that question. If I'm saying yes to this, what am I saying no to? So, Ryan, how long do you advise paper trading testing a strategy with data sheets, graphs to know if it's a winner before going live with money? I do like a good sort of 100 to 150 selections on that. Might be a bit steep, or a good couple of months, so sort of 2 months. If there's a lot of selections, that's just me. Other people do less. They do sort of 50, and they've got a feel for it, and then they want to test it out. But for me, I want to check the variance, and I want to just check a few other different bits and bobs. And I also, when I'm paper trading or testing a strategy, I will potentially look at a few other variations of it as well. Because for me, you're already collecting the results on that data set. So if you just tweak a few things, how does that look? Because I do believe that a lot of people who've had strategies that they've tested and they've walked away from, they've been so close to profit with them. So by just sort of tweaking a few things, you maximise your that window of opportunity. So I always talk about that window of opportunity. But if you're pulling in data sets and you're saying, I want over 70% for that start, over 60% for that start, etc., just by tweaking it and having a different variation of it, you might be able to do 3 versions of that filter or 3 versions of that strategy, and then you've already got the results, so it won't take you that much time to analyse them. And if your A was wrong, your B was wrong, your C might have had something in it, or there might be a crossover of all 3 that actually goes, whoa, actually by sort of tweaking that stat and putting that stat in, then actually I can be more profitable. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Peter, the only exception to no pitch feeds would be League of Ireland or an Irish Premier. That's because I'm from Belfast, so I know a bit more about the leagues. Yeah, so it's been great, guys, jumping on today. Hopefully tomorrow we won't have any tech issues. I've been going through this list that other people have submitted. So today's one was about don't overtrade. Tomorrow is similar to this one. It's about don't chase your losses. And then I've got quite a few more to go through. And then thank you to you guys that have been tweeting us to also say which lessons they would want. That's great. Carry on doing these. So I'm going to wrap that up there, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I hope you all stay really, really safe. And like I say, if you've got any questions, just fire them on these videos, and make sure that you do hit the like on these videos, because it does give us some fantastic YouTube, I can't speak, the YouTube algorithm. It loves it, and it's great. Jesus, 28 people on this video today. That's fantastic. It's 28 people who want to get better at trading. So hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow, same place, same time. And have a great day, guys. See you all in the morning.